What up, y'all? It's Murphy. Man, been a long time since I put one on here. I'm in Indiana. Been up here for a while. Can't hardly buy a job at home. But I tell you what, I got a story for y'all that I was thinking about the other day. And this is an old one. When I was an apprentice, used to have this one old boy I used to work with, and his name was Jon Roy Jones. Now, I loved Jon Roy Jones, and he had a speech impediment, but I didn't ever keep him from, working or nothing. Mr. Jones was a foreman at the steel mill when we was building a part of the steel mill. Back about '08, we was working at the steel mill on a big project. I was one of his apprentices. I was just about to graduate my apprenticeship, about 2 or 3 months. And Mr. Jones come to me. Now, Mr. Jones, he talked like that all the time. He was a little tongue-tied, and he called me Mufti. Not Murphy, but Mufti. Now, he'd always say, "Hey, Mufti, what about this? What about that?" And he called my daddy Mufti too. One day, there had been some stuff going on. He come to me and he said, "Mufti," he said, "I need you to find somebody for me." I said, "Find somebody for you?" He said, "Yeah." Well, we played a little bit of a trick on John. Every morning, we had a sign-in sheet. Well, I was signing it, and somebody said, "Murphy, write something funny on there, like IP freely or something." I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, I wrote Richard. Somebody said, "Put Dick Goes In Ya on there." I said, "Dick Goes In Ya." I said, "Wait a minute." So I wrote Richard Goes In Ya. Well, when I wrote it down, it looked like somebody's name. Signed the safety sheet. Well, that's what Jon Roy come to me about. He said, "Mufti, I got a guy in my twoo," which is crew. "I got a guy in my twoo." He said, "He's a new guy, and I can't find him." I said, "Well, what's his name?" He said, "His name is Richard Denia." I said, whoa, wait a minute. I said, "What's his name?" He said, "Richard Denia." I said, "Let me see that sheet you got." So I looked at it and I was like, "Oh God, that's that name I wrote down there." I said, so I'm trying to play along with it. And I said, "Oh yeah," I said, "He must have been one of them travelers hired in last week." I said, "I don't know him." He said, "Well, I need to find this guy." I said, "Well, I'll try to find him." So he said, "We got to find this guy. He's in our twoo." I said, "Okay." I said, "I'll try to go find him." Well, I already knew he didn't exist. So I go around, talk to everybody for a couple hours. And I come back and I seen Jon Roy. He said, "Did you find that die? Did you find that witch die?" I said, "No, not yet." I said, "I ain't found him yet." He said, "He died to be here on this job. Said he signed the safety sheet this morning." I said, "Yeah, we'll find him. Do you know what he looked like?" I said, "No, I don't have any idea what he looked like." He said, "Not unless this little Richard." I said, "You talking about little bitty Richard?" There's another guy named Richard, and he was working way up on top of this thing, this like conveyor at the very top of it. I said, "No," I said, "that ain't Richard's last name." I said, "I know what Richard's last name is, but that ain't it." And So I went around, you know, talking to everybody, wasting time. And finally, Jon Roy saw me again. He said, "Did you find that guy Richard yet?" I said, No. I said, "I ain't found him." I said, "What was his name again?" He said, "Dadinia." I said, "Nah." I said, "I need to see what it looks like again. Let me see that piece of paper." So I looked at it and I said, "Richard goes in ya." I said, "John," I said, "don't you know a guy named Dick?" He said, "Dick?" He said, "I don't know no guy named Dick." I said, "Yeah, you do." I said, "You know old Dick goes in you, don't you?" He said, and he slapped his leg. He said, "They got me a den." I said, "What do you mean?" I'm trying to hold it back. I'm trying to hold it back bad. And he said, "They got me a den." I said, "What do you mean they got you again?" He said, "It's supposed to be Dick goes in you, but they won't with you on here." I said, I'm like, yeah. I said, that sucks. I said, "You know old Dick, don't you?" I said, he's like, "That's not funny, Mufti." I said, "Well, I thought it was pretty funny myself." He said, "Here all this time," he said, "I've been off looking for a mythical person." Said, "He's supposed to be in my twoo." A mythical person. Oh, that's just one of the funny times at the steel mill. I'll try to think of something else. I'll let y'all know later. Murphy out.